A Roadhog's chain hook is arguably the most mysterious thing in Overwatch. Sort of like King Crimson's stand in JoJo, for most of the time it just works. But the weird behavior of the hook spawned countless discussions on forums on how fair it is. Blizzard themselves seem to be very confused about it. The only thing that was changed about Roadhog so far is the hook mechanics. If the hook target isn't in Roadhog's line of sight when rejecting the hook, they will be moved back to the position where they were originally hooked from. Honestly, this sentence worded so poorly I can barely understand what it means. For the most part, it means that if you grab someone behind the wall, they will stand behind the wall instead of teleporting to Roadhog. But even that doesn't work sometimes. So how exactly Roadhogs pulled off these magical hooks that everybody is complaining about? Let's take a look. Length. This goes without saying, but Roadhog chain hook is stupid long. Insert penis joke here. Anyway, the hook is about as long as, let's see here. Yeah, it can fit about 10 tracer S's inside of it. Many people just don't realize how long it is. The length alone is enough of a factor for some unfair hooks, but combined with 3 next points, the magic becomes clear. Hitbox. Hook has the hitbox the size of a fucking Roadhog himself, so in reality the length is not 10 tracer S's, but about 10 tracer S's on one device. It's not hit scan. There's been sort of a meme going around that chain hook is a hit scan. It is not, despite how weirdly it behaves sometimes. Hook is a fast moving projectile and it is actually possible to change the direction of the hook mid-flight. Of course, you can't change it completely and do sick 180 hooks, but it is possible to adjust your aim a bit. Basically what it means, that once you press shift but realize that your crosshair is not on your enemy, you can adjust your aim while your hook is flying to land it. Game hates that shit, and most of the time when you see crazy flick hooks, it's because of that. They didn't shoot the hook in front of you predicting your movements, they just tracked you with their crosshair and landed the hook. Newton's first law of motion. So here's the story. Newton was chilling under a hook tree one day until one of hooks accidentally fell on him. It was so unfair and so rage-inducing that he created the 3 laws of motion. And the first law of motion tells us that in an inertial reference frame, an object either remains at rest or continues to move at a constant velocity unless acted upon by a hook. What that means in game is that if you're running, jumping, blasted off with a rocket, pushed by Lucio, pushed by Reinhardt, or just moving in one direction with constant velocity, you will still save your moving trajectory even after being hooked. Right after you hook someone, they're stunned in place for a brief period of time before getting reeled back to you. During this stun period, if you had a momentum talked about above, you will still save it. So that means that you actually will be hooked behind the wall even though the hook impacted earlier. Combined with all the other points is what makes the hook so unfair in many players' eyes. So at the end of the day, there is no big mystery here and there is no magic. The hook is just long and thick and is not a hit scan, which can create a lot of confusion. There's one more point I failed to mention though. The game just fucking lags sometimes. It pings the fuck out of itself. So whatever I see on my screen can be completely different from what you see on your screen. So that's exactly what leads to Hook's misconceptions. I hope this video cleared a few things for you. And if you already knew all of that, sorry, but I hope you found this video entertaining. Fuck. Is this video even good? I mean, it's kinda shit.
Oh my god, really? Oh my god, really?
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.